No, really. So that's when the banana zone happens. Usually after the halving there's a time of consolidation with 20% drops and normal chop around. Then it starts to gather, and then it goes crazy. Raoul Pal, founder and CEO of Real Vision, thinks that prices here go through crazy soaring curves during every crypto bull market. Pal thinks that this long-awaited phase will start soon. Pal thinks that the prices of crypto assets will go up so quickly and by such big amounts that it will be hard to keep up. Pal thinks that the crypto market will double before the end of the cycle in 2025, going from $2.2 trillion to $1 to $5 trillion after it hits the banana zone. Pal gave new information about the banana zone on X. The world liquidity and Bitcoin prices are affected by Pal's tweets. During the business cycle, the economy grows in 4 stages. Peak, decline, and trough are caused by the global liquidity cycle, which has been cyclical since the debt reset in 2008. When you move from macro crypto spring to crypto macro summer, you'll be in the banana zone. That strangely happens at the same time that many of us are getting ready for summer. In the summer, they came and answered all the time. I know this breaks your heart, but some of us have to live this life. It's important to me. In the banana zone, which normally happens after halving, there is a period of consolidation with normal 20% drops and chops. After that, it starts gathering, and then it goes crazy. Just to make sure we understand each other, let me show you a few numbers. This is the world's cash flow. This is the world liquidity of GMI. This was in that thread of tweets. Now, this chart is really bright. It's likely that you can't read it. If you can't see colors, you're really screwed, but what it says are the bright summer times. During the summer, we see more cash. This is wealth around the world, not just in the US. In the summer, cash starts to rise. Obviously, things went crazy in 2020 because of the pandemic, but 2016 and 2012 were good times for cash. What do you think? Crypto and technology both got better. After that, you fall. Most of the time, the fires happen in the fall. The level of liquidity keeps going up until it peaks in the winter. It's during these times that crypto prices correct and go down. The best parts of the cycle are still to come. It's clear that the best time to enter was at the end of winter. I bought a lot of Solana and Ethereum at that time, but I've since switched my position, so I'm now mostly holding Solana, besides a few memes and other small pieces. The Solana Bitcoin cross chart and Solana ETH cross chart look so good that I thought, if my job is to make as much money as possible, I'll just own the thing that I think is going to go up the most. That's how I saw it. You will see things in a different way, but don't get stuck in a story. Someone is telling you that this token from 3 cycles ago is going to be the next big thing, but you're still stuck in it. After 3 rounds, 2 cycles, it's not a big deal. It won't be a big deal. Try to make money. I want you to be able to keep this straight. When you're in this kind of cash cycle, the most important thing to remember is don't fuck this up. Please make the most of it. Pal is sure of his point of view because it's based on a well-known cycle that has worked 3 times without fail. The big picture of the economy has been going on for even longer. It's always the case that central banks will print more money to lower the value of the dollar and other imaginary money. Pal says in his Twitter thread that the change to macro summer is pretty easy to guess since the cycle keeps going around and around. If you use this code, it will bring in more cash, which will likely lead to the banana zone. There aren't many chances that this will change in a big way because of the election, the current debt rollover, and world problems like China. It's not a given that this cycle will end the same way as the last ones, but Pal thinks the chances are good. The banana zone could get even worse with BlackRock's EBIT and spot Bitcoin ETFs. This would turn into a totally crazy bubble cycle. The next to last tweet in the thread says, "The everything code is the best way to understand it all, and I think it comes with nicely." There will be many surprises along the way, but the chances are good. Sharp drops and long periods of no change are also possible. Let's see the show. The Nasdaq comes next. It's possible that you don't follow crypto, but tech does really well during crypto summer. The year before was crazy with a long and amazingly good year in tech. This year is only going to get better. Tech will come up a lot later when I talk about where this is all going and why you only have 6 years to save your lives before things get crazy. When it comes to tech, fall is the big time. Things get really crazy near the end of the season. That is after the vote. Everything is the same as during an election. The years of elections are shown in yellow. Then that usually happens in the years after an election. Lots of cash will flow into the system. There will be different ways to get it. There will probably be questions about this in the realvision.com chat. I will never talk to you again if you haven't gone there. If you find realvision.com, please please say hello to me? Thank you very much. I'm going to ask some questions, and it's free. Oh, okay, NASDAQ. Crypto, since you all love it so much. You're crazy about crypto because it makes you more money than anything else. I get it. That's the point. To make as much money as possible is the point of investment. Yellow is usually fine in the summer, but there have been 2 rounds when fall was completely crazy. The last fall, in 2021, was not as bad. It's because the cash came in earlier in 2020. We don't know what will happen, but this picture from Exponential Age Asset Management, which is my fund of hedge funds, shows how it should go. The company manages assets and puts money into the best hedge funds in the world to ride the trend of the market going from $2.5 billion, where it is now, to $10 trillion, where it is now, and then to $100 trillion, where I think it will be by 2032 or 2034. This is going to be the fastest, biggest buildup of wealth in history. That's why I keep telling you not to mess this up. That's why I look at the big picture. That's the reason I don't trade around this. Let it do its thing. That's when we say it did its job. We look at the bottom, the part with the biggest return, and the part with the lowest return. The world's crypto assets have done the best over the last 3 years: crypto spring, macro spring, summer, and fall. This is the asset that will do the worst next year in the fall. That's what you get. But if you look at the total profits, NASDAQ has done 769% since 2011. That's really cool. 17% a year. Bitcoin has gone up 20 million%, or 139% per year. Ethereum has grown 324%, or 146% per year, and Solana has grown 8,300%, or 203% per year. This is something I work on a lot in Global Macro Investor. Is this chart showing up? It might not be. Okay, I think I'm running late. I have a huge amount of work to do. It's thousands of pages of research that Julian Biddle and I have done on this. This isn't just a flip and call. Going forward, there would be more cash on hand. Liquidity can come from a lot of places, such as the Fed lowering interest rates and the Treasury draining the general account. The Fed could also end quantitative easing, and the Treasury could offer China some liquidity measures to help them deal with debt deflation. They don't have any money. Japan also needs dollars because their currency has been falling in value. There are many chances to do things. Rates will go down in Europe. Rates will go down in the UK. There are a lot of chances to get cash. In order to get rid of industrial real estate from banks, the Fed might say set up a special vehicle. Who knows? But soon there will be a cowbell. Keep an eye out for it. It has already begun. The banana zone is making a lot of noise, and prices are going through the roof. For decades to come, the cryptocurrency business will continue to grow and change, which means that prices will go up a lot. The fund moves from macro and crypto spring to summer and fall every 4 years. During each of these times, prices go through the roof. The world's money supply will grow a lot during cycles as central banks try to keep their economies from falling apart. It's easy to see how this could work with a huge increase in the amount of money in circulation, new technologies that are also being created very quickly, and the Bitcoin industry at the center of it all. Have you thought about what Raoul Pal says will happen with crypto tech stocks and the economy in general after 2024? Feel free to share your ideas and predictions about your favorite cryptocurrencies below. Don't forget to like the movie and follow the channel to see more videos just like this.